Good morning. I've been designing a drip irrigation system. I've been saving up for this for the garden because, um, you know, I'm afraid of overwatering and underwatering the plants either way, human fallibility. And I'm very fallible and I'm still a new gardener, so I just want to baby them all. um, so, I've been designing a drip irrigation layout just from Drip Depot's YouTube videos. They're fantastic. They make it super easy, and I wanted to share my evil plans, right? So up here is our water source. This is the fence where the sunflower bed will be in front of. I'm gonna get some more mammoth sunflowers. I'm gonna try to put a screen on top of them for them to survive the initial squirreling. That's the latest thing I've read. From the Drip Depot irrigation kits, we'll need a T. I don't even remember what they're called. A T valve, I guess. From the water line to the main line, and then drip line for the flower bed. The sunflower bed, and then we'll bring the main line back down here to in between the blueberry bushes and my garden beds. Now, I'm in a little bit of a debate, but I'll tell you about that in a little bit. So yeah, main line, T thingy, and then the elbow thingies to raise it up into the blueberry bushes. And you get the idea of the drip lines here, and again the T's and yada yada yada, all this. Coming down here, another T for the apple tree. And I realized with the garden beds, my plan was to start with 2 garden beds, and we'll see how it grows. And if I grow out of these 2 spaces, we can expand the garden this way. Well, my plans already have me outgrowing these because of the trellises. That's my limiting factor. So I've got the muscadines growing there. I'm training them on the trellis, and they're supposed to be more than plenty big enough for the trellis. Thankfully, I put in that big stick on the garden bed for growing more things up, but I talked with my husband, and his thoughts the same as me. I can't put trellises on the outsides or like the fronts or the backs, because I'm just not going to be able to reach anything in there, because for this part of our fence line where the garden beds are now, there's just barely even any room to get past on the sides, as it is. So for sake of the trellising needs, I'm expecting and planning now, at least I can plan a little bit more, that we're probably going to expand to a couple of beds in between the apple trees so we can get another trellis and have more trellising space. I've been thinking about how much more I want to grow, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff I want to grow that I can't grow during the summer. Like once fall and winter open up, strawberries and brassicas and carrots and stuff. So we're excited. So the thing is, my debate now is coming to the trees. So because I know we're gonna want more beds in between, 2 more beds in between the apple trees at least, and again, we'll see how it goes. I suspect 4 beds is gonna be more than plenty. We'll see how it goes. We're gonna have this line here to do the drip irrigation in the future for the future beds. But what I realized after I made this design is that, once the tree's established, they don't need daily watering, as I understand. They'll be, we have our monsoon rains during the summer, so they'll totally be covered for at least the summer and fall, before our drought season. And then it's not even as needed, as I understand. So I'm starting with one. So originally, like, I mapped it out and I need this many, this many, this many. But I'm going to start with the standard kit, I think it is, because that one comes with 100 feet of mainline tubing. And my estimates is that's going to be more than plenty for, like, having the big long line to take down here to the last beds, plus these long main lines, as opposed to the basic kit, I believe, only has 50 foot of mainline tubing. So I'm still a little bit thinking I will want to get, I might want to do these tree rings, but I really don't think I have to. The other thing I wanted to talk about, and I'll talk at you about this while we do a little bit of a garden update. Here's my son's little daisy. But wanted to talk about also my evil gardening plans. What I've been realizing, and my gardening experience has been a series of I think these are my ultimate plans, and then I realize maybe this is not going to work. Okay, so as you can see, we have a newcomer. I got a new banana tree, and this poor thing, well, a banana pseudostem, of course, but this poor thing has been getting sunburnt with this kind of intense sun right now. However, it's already got some new leafage going on here. Like, this guy's a new leaves down there. Thankfully, okay, so the first day I got it, it got blasted. It got sunburnt, as you can see the discoloration there. And I didn't know what to do with that. Like, I wasn't expecting that, because everything I read, it's like sun. And I guess the mama tree probably protects it, because I don't know. I can't find any information, because, like, all the information, this is a new Barbados cherry tree, also known as Aceroa. Very tropical. So yeah, I thought these guys were just going to be super happy in the sun, but logically, my guess is they need a little protection. So I don't know. We had a couple of days with gentler sun, that the banana tree's been recovering, and like I said, it's got that new, this is the apple tree. It's got that new growth doing great. So I'm just hoping it's strong enough to get through establishing a little bit, and that little bit of like transplant shock. There's the other apple tree, and hoping it's going to be all right. My muscadine grape, this guy has not looked great for so long. If it's not one thing, it's the other. Like, these leaves are getting chewed up, but I don't know if you can tell in the video, the stem is getting greener. I've got new green growth at the bottom here, so I think it's going to limp along. I think it's going to be all right. I don't know if you can see, there's some ants that have been coming up on it too. I'm like, oh, that can't be a good sign. Here's my, but yeah, like I said, this is my Seminole pumpkin. And this one's been looking a little yellow too, so I don't know. I gotta figure something out with it. But otherwise, I know these guys are really prolific growers, so I'm not worried about giving it much of anything. Blueberries, looking fine. It's also got some new growth, and a bug on it right now. But yeah, right there, that fresh new growth in the middle, sort of. Right, the other blueberry tree. This one gets blueberry plant. Gets plenty of sun and everything else. Yeah, this bed is just getting blasted. My herbs and stuff, I've had the hardest time germinating, but I threw a bunch of seeds down. I think I've got basil right there, and I got some other stuff, small guys, down here underneath the pineapple. I'm not 100% sure what they are. We'll find out. Peas are doing great. They've been the thing that's been eaten up the most in my garden so far, but they're doing great. Here's my other muscadine. It's been doing great. This one, I staked it up from day one, so we're feeling good about it. I'm so amazed by these squash plants. I got 2 varieties of squash. One is Cocozelle and one is Golden something or other, but I'm just amazed at how big and beautiful this guy is. See all that new growth going on there? It's beautiful. But this one, I had thinned this out, tossed it on the ground, tossed it on the mulch, which I thought I had carried it. I was carrying it to my compost bin. So I accidentally dropped it on the mulch. A few hours later, I think something came out and got one of my plants, but it was just this that I had dropped on the way to the compost bin. And I thought, let me put it in the ground. What the heck? I didn't thin this out nicely. I just pulled the sucker out. I didn't use a spade and get some dirt and, baby its roots. And I know squash are so delicate from, the bugs that go after it. But no, this thing's growing. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I really can't. Pigeon peas, I'm pretty sure. I got a couple, so, oh, no wonder my eggplant haven't been doing good. Ugh, they got these little teeny tiny things. They got a little buried from the mulch, and you probably can't even see it, but right now I'm noticing it's getting shaded out. It's not even hardly getting any sun. Couple peppers. Oh, yeah, these guys, I'm pretty sure these are peppers too. Little papalau. I seeded some poppy right here in the front after finding out it needs cold stratification. So it was really cold this morning. It was a little cold last couple days. So I was hoping that would help it. But they haven't germinated yet. Of course, my lima beans and my bush beans are killing it. These are the biggest guys in the garden right here. But I did seed a tomato underneath them. Where are you? There you are, little guy. So they're shading that out a little bit. I think I'm late on tomatoes, but maybe it was a pepper. I don't know, because on this side, I seeded some stuff over here, and I think it was only either tomatoes or peppers, maybe a flower. I don't know. But I thought this was a tomato, and it looks very different from these guys. I seeded a couple different tomatoes. I don't know, but see that guy? It's got multiple leaves going on, and it's leafing here. So I don't really know what it is, but I thought it was a tomato. So we'll find out on that too. But another thing, I've always been obsessed with my corn, and these guys are just so big and beautiful. Something had taken out either one of my cantaloupes or my watermelons, and I put some seeds down for some more cantaloupes here, but otherwise my cantaloupes and my watermelons are looking beautiful. These guys have been very slow growing, but yeah, I'm just very pleased with them. I got a couple Swiss chard right here. They're so bright red and beautiful. Okra. Okay, I'll come with you. And pineapple. Okay, so what I want to say is with my plans, yes. Oh. Okay, I got you. Let me say one last thing. So what I realized in my planning now is that what I want back here is I want to fill these beds up with perennials to the best of my ability. So I'm planning on, so I got the muscadine, got the Seminole pumpkin. I'm going to run the Seminole pumpkin around the perimeter. I'm going to plant some peanuts and, sweet potatoes for the summer over here, but I know sweet potatoes take a long time. Yeah, buddy, what? I see. Yes, that's the shadow of the bug. So, if these guys will keep growing, which, as I understand, they will. Yeah, the shadow goes down. Good observation. Yeah. So as I understand, all these guys grow great. So maybe that's going to be it for this bed. As far as perennials goes, hopefully. I think, hopefully, whatever. That'll be it for perennials. Yesy. And then over here, I know the pineapple, and next to the pineapple, I've got asparagus over there. And, I got herbs. I understand they'll probably not last this year. I'm guessing they're going to get too blasted during the summer and not well established enough to handle the summer. But if they do, I'll replant them. But I understand at least some herbs will be perennial and they'll last year after year. I can't imagine anything killing these beans. I can't. They're just so freaking prolific, but I don't know. So I'm going to try to fill these beds with perennials. And this is farthest away, as you could tell, from my patio. So that way I can just harvest the perennials, I think, as needed. And then when I expand and I'll put the new garden beds here in between the apple trees, that these will be more... Oh, yeah, and the strawberries. Yeah. They're supposed to be able to survive our summer. So, when I plant in the fall, too, I'll get some more stuff and we'll see if we can keep it alive. But, then back here, these beds will be more annual beds, and they're closer to the house, so I'll be able to do, closer to the patio. So it will be easier access for me to do the upkeep with them. All right, I gotta stop yapping, but that's my evil plans. That's what I'm working on. That's what I'm thinking about in the garden.